Assalamu alaikum. So today we are going to start the fourth chapter in your geography, that is maps. So already you have studied about maps in your 5th standard. So you must be knowing the definition for a map, right? What is a map? It is a plain representation of Earth's surface on a flat surface. ഒരു flat surface ൽ plain ആയിട്ട് നമ്മുടെ എർത്തിന്റെ representation കാണിക്കുന്നതിനാണ് എന്തെന്ന് പറയുന്നത് map എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. So how can you define map? It is a plain representation of Earth's surface. So there are three types of maps, or maps can be divided into three, that is physical map, political map and thematic map. So what are the three classifications of maps? It is physical map, political map and thematic map. So what is physical map, or what are the informations that a physical map will give us? So it shows the natural features like mountains, valleys, plains, oceans, etc. So what are the physical features of our earth? Okay, those type of things are shown in the physical map. ഒരു physical mapil നമ്മുടെ earthന്റെ physical featuresൽ ഉൾപ്പെടുന്നതായ plains, valleys, plateaus, rivers, oceans, seas ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള informations എല്ലാം തരുന്നതാണ് എന്ത് physical map. So map is classified into three: physical map, political map and thematic map. And in physical map we will get information about the natural features like mountains, valleys, plains, oceans, etc. And about political map, it is showing cities, towns, villages as well as different countries, states, boundaries, etc. So political map is giving the information of a particular place. നമുക്ക് എന്താണ് ഇപ്പോൾ ഇന്ത്യൻ മാപ്പ്, കേരളയുടെ മാപ്പ് ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു സ്റ്റേറ്റിൻ്റെയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു കൺട്രിയുടെയോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ the overall world, and it shows about the boundaries, right? Boundaries between the state, boundaries between the countries. So these type of things will come under political map, or political map will gives us information about cities, towns, villages. Even for a village we can make a map. So it will give information about cities, towns, villages as well as different countries and states and boundaries, etc. Next is thematic map. Actually thematic map means it is based on some themes. Okay, so it will gives information about buildings, roads, bridges, temples, etc. So what are things are there? Like we want a route map. Okay, in that route map what will come under? In here some villages there, buildings are there, factories are there. So those type of informations will be given out by thematic maps. So maps are generally classified into three. First one is physical map, second one is political map, third one is thematic map. And physical maps shows the natural features like mountains, valleys, plains, oceans, etc. Political map shows the information about cities, towns, villages as well as different countries, states, boundaries, etc. And thematic maps will gives out information about buildings, roads, bridges, temples, etc. Next is components of a map. What are the components of a map, or under which components, or by we giving attention to what all components a map is drawn? It will take into consideration the distance, direction, symbol. See, a particular place is falling on the east direction. So in a map we have to show the east direction itself. What will happen if we will show it in the west direction? So when we will be drawing a map, we should know about the distance, direction and also symbol. Why we are using symbol? Because see, we want to show a mountain. So can we draw a complete mountain in a map? No. So we have to opt a symbol for mountain, valleys, roads, etc. Right. So these are the components of a map. So what are the components of a map? Distance, direction and symbol. So first we will study about direction. Okay. So mainly we have four directions. What are they? North, south, east and west. Right. So mainly we have 4 directions. What are they? North, east, south and west. You can understand it like news. N-E-W-S. So mainly four main directions are there. North, south, east and west. Then comes the sub-direction. So between north and east lies the northeast direction. East and south, southeast direction. South and west, southwest direction. West and north, northwest direction. Okay, so mainly there are 4 main directions and 4 sub-directions. So what are the main directions? North, south, east and west. Then comes the sub-direction northeast, southeast, southwest and northwest. Okay. The sub-directions is otherwise known as intermediate direction. Okay, the sub-directions which are northeast, southeast, southwest and northwest, they are also known as intermediate direction as they fall in between the main directions. Okay, so mainly we have 4 directions, that is north, south, east and west. Then comes the sub-directions which is also termed as intermediate direction, and the intermediate directions are northeast, northwest, southeast and southwest. So in between north and east lies the northeast, between south and east lies the southeast, and between south and west, southwest, between north and west, northwest. So these are the main directions and sub-directions, which is the one component of a map. Next one is symbols. What is the next component? It is symbol. The next component of a map is symbol. Maps can be easily drawn with the help of symbols like colors, letters, shades, pictures, etc. Symbols represent different features like buildings, roads, bridges, trees, railway lines, temples, etc. And also they make it easier to read the map. So we can't draw a school, a big school. How can we draw in our map? So we are using symbols. Okay, so for example, we want to show international boundary. We want to show a international boundary. So how can we show? Can we draw the international boundary in a map? No, but we can draw it as a symbol. So this symbol shows the international boundary. Otherwise we want to show a church. How can we show a church? So this symbol gives that it is a there is a church over there. Otherwise we want to know about railway lines. Okay, railway station. How can we understand there exists a railway station or not? There will be a symbol given. And what is that symbol? So this symbol shows there is a railway station. And about roads. So this symbol shows it is a metalled road. And if it is an unmetalled road, it shows like this. So this symbol shows there is an unmetalled road, and the straight line shows metalled road. So there, to draw a mosque, to draw a school, it is merely impossible. So that's why we'll adopt symbols. So these are the examples for some symbols. By understanding the symbols, it is very easy to read a map. Okay. Next component is distance. What is the next component of a map? It is distance. To fit the entire world on a sheet of paper, the distance has to be reduced to a scale so that the smaller distance on a paper represents the largest distance on the ground. So mainly, see, we are representing a part of the earth in a piece of paper. So can we actually show the same distance in it? See the distance between Kerala and Delhi. Okay. Can we do this? Can we draw the same distance in a piece of paper? No. Then we have to estimate a scale for that. Okay, that is to reduce the distance. But it will be reduced on depending the scale. Scale ne depend ചെയ്ത് distance ne reduce ചെയ്താൽ മാത്രമേ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റൂ, ഒരു distance നമുക്ക് മാപ്പിൽ കാണിക്കാൻ പറ്റൂ. So what are the main components of a map? It is distance, direction and symbols. Okay. So in today's class we have learned about map, types of map, and what are the different components of map, and in that what are the different components of map? It is direction, distance and symbols, and also we have learned about 4 main directions and 4 sub-directions. Sub-directions are also known as intermediate directions. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.